I want you to see who's all here with me. Dawn is here. You look super cute. And her model, Jessie. And Megan, Lisa's daughter. Right? And Lisa, Naomi. And Miss Kaylette is here with us. So don't be, you guys are so quiet. Woo! Yeah, roll tide. Okay. So, we're going to get started here on the facial on Jessie in just a minute, but I quick wanted to share because Naomi just told us that, I'm going to turn this in a minute, but that the number 2016 or 16 means love. And I just wanted to share with you guys at the beginning of November, I went on a cruise, and whenever I get the chance to kind of be out of my own element, you know, I mean, you can hear from God anytime, but it was just, you're away from all the chaos and everything. And there've just been some hurtful things and some tough things in 2015, not any major loss. Thank you, God. Not any, you know, I didn't lose a loved one or anything like that, but it wasn't my favorite year. So I was really glad to see 2016 come, you know what I mean? And so as I was looking at the first couple days of the cruise, I was like, okay, Lord, what do you want to say to me? You know, and I felt like he kept saying, just take the rest, just rest, just rest. And I feel like he brought me to, of course, now I believe it's Psalm 127, where it talks about to quit striving and you know, that the Lord wants his loved ones to get their proper rest. So like one night I slept for 10 hours straight. I mean,
wow.
Mama was exhausted. You know what I'm saying? So then I'm like, okay, I'm rested. So now what? You know, so I'm looking out over the water. We're out in the middle of whatever body of water. And I was like, and I was just praying, and I was like, Lord, how do you lead people when you want to protect your heart, you know, when you've been hurt, when you've been betrayed, when you've been kind of left? How do you continue to lead people? And it wasn't an audible voice, but it was just clear in my spirit. He said, lead them with 1 Corinthians 13 love. So I was like, okay. So, you know, I started, you know, over the course of the cruise, and then after, kind of writing down, you know, love is patient, love is kind, you know, keeps no record of wrong, those kind of things. And I had a little thing on my phone to try to remind myself. Well, at the beginning of December, so a month later, I'm driving down the road, and I had started following Perry Noble, who's a big, you know, Stephen Furtick is in North Carolina. Perry Noble is a big church, and I don't know if you're familiar with Elevation Church in North Carolina. Perry Noble has a church, and it's like huge, thousands, multi-site, the whole thing. And I started following him, and I saw where he had some leadership podcasts. And I'm like, okay, I really want to grow in my leadership. So, you know, why don't I play the first one? Well, the first one was launching his new book, and the whole podcast was on leading with 1 Corinthians 13 love. And I was driving down the road, like, I was by myself. I was like, whoa, yes. Oh my God, you know. So of course I call Cheryl. I'm like, you're not gonna believe this. You know, she's like, that is so awesome. So when you said that, the number 16, so I'm on this thing, like, what, you know, like, and even going back further, I gave my testimony at Forward Church 2 years ago. It's a church that's since disbanded, but they asked me to come on Mother's Day and give my testimony. And I didn't know we were going to have, this was not planned, but let me tell you this, and we're going to have a makeover. Okay. My mentor has taught me that you take your testimony and break it up into either 5 or 10 year increments of, and kind of how would you label what God showed you about his character, you know, over those time periods. So I'm doing my testimony, and, you know, I'm a domestic violence survivor, and just all, so I was just, it was horrible to type all that stuff out. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is so painful. And, you know, the first part is God is faithful. And then, you know, God is sovereign. God is supernatural. And seems like there was one other one. I'm just it's off the top of my head. But as I was typing, I thought, wow, God showed me his character. How cool is that, And then I got to the season that I am just kind of going into now. And all of a sudden I realized that it needed to be entitled God is Love. Oh, and so it's, and I literally typed out God is Love as the heading and just put my hands, start crying. Mm-hmm. And so that's been this whole theme, because it's so easy, or it's easier for me to say, oh, God loves you. It doesn't matter if you'd have made a mistake. He loves you, but to receive that for yourself is the hardest thing. So it's been this, so this is like the thing. So yeah, that's huge.
I know when she said that, you were like,
yeah.
The look on your face.
Yes. Yes.
That's great.
Yes. So there you go. That is super cool. So I'm so, and so the book, Perry Noble's book launches March 1st, but his podcasts are all about leading with 1 Corinthians 13. I mean, how cool is that to have that kind of confirmation? Like, okay. So totally switching gears. Totally switching gears. Okay. So I want to position this so that they can see you. Is that okay?
It's okay.
You don't care? Okay. Or I don't know how to do this, so we can, come sit here at the end of the table, maybe. Maybe that's what we need to do. Okay. So tell me, Jesse, about your skin
right
type.
here at the end.
Right here?
Yeah.
Tell me about your skin type.
Tell me, I'm sorry.
Tell me your skin type. Are you normal, dry, combo, oily?
I'm pretty normal, I think.
Okay.
I do have times where I feel like I'm a little dry.
Okay.
And in summer, maybe a little oily. So,
Okay.
but mostly, I think.
And do you have, what are your main concern? Like, what is your main concern regarding your skin?
Wrinkles.
Okay.
I'm getting older. I'll be 42 in April.
Okay.
So
I feel you.
like it's starting to show.
Don't worry.
And what have you used in the past, skincare wise?
Right now I use Aveeno, really.
Okay.
I have to admit I've never really been one for makeup. I may have worn makeup 5 times in the last 10 or 15 years.
Okay, so you're minimalist.
So I rarely
Sure.
do wear makeup.
Do you want that to do a ponytail or whatever?
that'd be
Okay. My hair is kind of crazy tonight, but I'll be strong.
Doing something with the kinky curly thing going.
It looks good. You look good. Your
My
hair looks
husband
good.
commented
I don't
on
know
it
if it'll
today.
stay
He
on
likes
there
the
or
bigger the curl,
Yeah.
the bigger the hair.
Yeah. Well, the higher the hair, the closer you are to God. That's in the
Never heard
Bible.
that.
Yeah, that's in the Bible.
I've never heard that.
I have a little sign in my office at
Let's
home that
do
says
that.
that. Okay. So I think what we're going to do, because Jessie said, basically as explained, she's kind of a minimalist, doesn't like a bunch of extra. We are going to do Time Wise Miracle Set on her, and I'm going to walk you through all of this. So don't feel, is this a funny angle, Kay, or is it fine? Okay. So we're going to fill her tray. And if you need to angle or whatever so you can see a little bit better, absolutely. Because this is your, so in number 1 in the well of her tray, we're giving her some time. And so you don't feel super dry.
Sometimes a
Okay.
little.
Okay.
Especially in the winter.
Okay.
Really.
So we're going to just do normal dry miracle set on Jessie. And I'm going to walk you through all of this. And we've got the 3-in-1 cleanser in the number 1 in the well. We've got the day solution in number 2. We've got the night solution in number 3. Help me with that, Dawn. We might have to pump it a little bit, or maybe you've got some too.
I have some.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. And then we're going to do the moisturizer number 4. Now, for a true minimalist, that might seem like a lot of steps, but we're going to show you that a couple minutes in the morning, couple minutes at night, you're going to really see firming and smoothing in your skin. You're going to be enjoying that. So, okay, foundation wise, what do you usually prefer foundation wise?
Something light.
Okay.
I'm very much, if I do wear makeup, it's very natural colors.
Okay.
Very
Okay.
toned down. Not a lot of bright
Not heavy.
colors.
Okay. We can do either a mineral powder which is a real, almost like a creamy, lightweight powder, or we can do something called a CC cream that's like a tinted moisturizer. We could go eat, not sure.
I've always wondered about the mineral products.
Mineral
so-
powder. Let's go with the mineral. Let's go with, and you know what we'll do is we'll give you a little shot of the CC cream on the back of your hand. The cool thing about the CC cream is it does have extra SPF in it. The thing that's a little bit tricky with it is sometimes it because it is a true moisturizer, it's a tinted moisturizer basically with extra benefits. You really don't want to use a moisturizer and the CC cream. You just feel like it's too much moisture unless you're super, super dry. So no,
When I'm really dry, I got
right. You're,
rosacea,
yeah, see that? And so when you're really dry, it feels amazing. So yeah, since you're kind of normal in the middle, let's try the mineral powder on you. Okay, so I bet you get really tan in the summer, don't you?
Very much.
Oh,
I only have to be
jealous.
outside maybe a few minutes and I'm
Jealous.
My son's the same way, but my daughter is so fair skinned, she burns almost instantly. So.
Yeah.
I think for tonight, we're gonna go. I'm gonna give her a and don't do anything with this yet. I'm gonna give her in the little upper right hand well of her tray. I'm gonna give her just a tiny shot of beige one concealer, and I'm gonna walk you through. So when you're doing a facial or party, you want to go ahead and load the trays. Totally load the tray first. Do you see we're taking the time on the front end to really load up her tray, so that way once we get started we can just roll with it.
See
We're
how
not
easy
doing a
it
bunch of
goes.
So
Makes
tell
sense.
me, like, and again I know you don't wear a lot, but if you did wear a little bit of color on your eyes, would you stay kind of in the earth tones and the natural?
Definitely.
Okay.
So I use like peaches, light browns, things like that. if
Okay.
I do wear it.
Okay. Do you have a vision, Dawn, or do you want me to make
No,
some
no, go ahead.
suggestions? Okay. And then it's one thing I need to get is placemats in here to put under the tray. I mean, I'm just saying, someone remind me. Kay's looking at me like, what do you want me to do? I'm like, do you want me to go get it? No, I just mean, you know what I mean? Like
yeah,
something cute from the dollar store, but maybe animal print or something just to put underneath the trays.
okay.
I mean, I'm just, someone remind me
Ideas.
about
Yeah.
that. Okay.
got your back.
Okay. Thank you. Facial by committee. Don't you wish we could just all go together at every appointment? We have so much fun. Okay. So we've got that. So and what about cheek color? You want a little bit of,
Sure.
little bit of cheek
My
color?
husband will probably fall over.
Woo,
when I
fun.
have makeup on. He's gonna be like, "What happened to my wife?"
My
Good,
husband
good.
sometimes falls over when I wear makeup, but that's just because I went a few days without it.
Trust me. Yeah.
I think Tony has only seen me in makeup in since we've been together anyway, probably once.
Oh,
and I think my
fun.
daughter did that. I've
Oh.
known Tony since I was 10, but we just got married in July. So
Okay.
we have both had previous marriages. But fate brought us back together, I guess.
Very cool.
But yeah, I mean, he might have seen me as a teenager in makeup. And
We'll have you. We'll have
maybe
you.
once. since
We will
we've
not
been
have
together.
you unrecognizable. I promise. The colors that I'm picking for Jessie, someone with her skin tone, I love honey spice as a base on somebody like her with that color that tans real easy. And then we're just going to do a little bit of chocolate kiss with it. Actually, yes, chocolate kiss, and then we're going to mix that with a little bit of driftwood. Driftwood, ever since I went to the Lori Hogg workshop, driftwood is one of my new favorites. It's a really great matte brown, neutral brown. It's not too dark. And actually every day what I've been doing is mixing it with chocolate kiss because I'm getting older too. I'm 44 and I'm trying to come to the terms that I cannot always wear all shimmer. I want to just, and when you're more mature, you're not supposed to. Well, mature age-wise.
Yeah,
Okay, so thank you. But I mean, I'm just saying.
You're only
So
as old as you feel.
right. But when you got crepey eyelids,
That's
you
good.
know.
I have, you don't have that. See, I have that where that eyelid droops over. I started wearing my glasses to hide that effect because I have the.
Yeah. So okay, so we're
Especially on
doing
this side. I
that,
haven't worn one eye than the other.
and then I hope Michelle Rogers in Pennsylvania is watching. We don't have any viewers right this second, but maybe she'll click on the link and watch. She's one of our new consultants in Pennsylvania, and she has a party, her very first party coming up. She is Lori Michaelis' team member. Yeah. We're going to do bronzer on your cheeks. Oops. Okay, so we're going to do that.
Bronzer powder?
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
It's the best.
Okay. So now we've got your colors picked out, your foundation, so we're ready to let it rip. And of course you don't have any now you don't usually do eyeliner.
Once in a blue moon.
Okay.
If I wear makeup, I usually do go all out at mascara, eyeliner, the whole 9 yards. But it's so rare that I wear makeup. So.
You know what we'll do, because I don't want to shock and awe you. I don't want you to just be like, feel like a hoochie mama, but I think we'll do just the tiniest bit of eyeliner just for fun. And I really like to have black eyeliners on hand and brown.
That's what I usually use, black or brown.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever done colored ones.
Yeah.
I did. I just wore
Maybe when I
blue.
was a teenager.
When I was a
in the
teenager,
80s.
I used blue.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, so did I.
Blue was the thing, and blue mascara was the thing back
Yeah,
when
I did wear
young.
it as a teenager.
When I was young.
Okay.
Blue eyeshadow.
So
like, up to
Jesse's-
here.
So Jessie's ready to roll, and we're gonna have her go ahead and do her cleanser. You don't mind, do
you want me
you?
to-
Yeah, it's
Where's
okay.
the-
Go ahead.
What's your mouth? It's
Right,
wet.
right in here. Let me give you a cloth.
I got
There's okay, perfect. There's sinks on either side in here. Praise the Lord. Really pretty sinks. We're so happy about. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. Take your cleanser, scoop that up on your fingertips, and just gently start working it up and out on your face. Your 3-in-1 cleanser is gonna do several different things for you. Of course, it's just cleaning the skin, removing the dirt and oil.
Should I do neck too, or just?
Yes, always do your
Yeah.
neck as well. Take really good care of your skin on your neck. You're going to feel little gentle grains, and that's exfoliating. It's like doing a little mini mask every time you wash your face. So that's really good for minimalists that's maybe wouldn't want to fool with something extra, but you're getting your exfoliating in there. You're also having ingredients that are toning and tightening your pores. So it's like having a toner right in your cleanser as well. This also has an age-fighting complex in it, so it's firming and smoothing the skin. So it's all of that. It's your cleansing, your exfoliating, your toning, and your age-fighting just while you're washing your face. And I tell busy women, just keep your cleanser right in the shower and in the morning.
Oh yeah.
Swish it
that's a
around real
great
good,
idea.
rinse it off, and at night just grab it off the edge of the tub and rinse it at the sink. But when you're ready, you can take one of these
I made
cloths.
these ones really wet for you to get the
And
cleanser.
perfect. Now, at your follow-up appointment, you can have a follow-up appointment with Dawn, and she can walk you through our microdermabrasion.
Ooh.
Yeah, our
That sounds
microdermabrasion.
nice.
Oh, it is. You feel like you have a new.
New face. Yeah, sounds cool.
So when you're ready, just gently remove. And you were so smart to, so that's something that I always say, everything good you do for the skin on your face, do for the skin on your neck
Yeah,
as well.
that's what- I've always heard that. I have to admit, I'm
Mhm.
terrible that I
Mhm.
don't. I always forget the neck.
No, maybe we will motivate you. Perfect. Good. See how easy?
I should do that first. Get some of that
Nope,
too,
you're
and then-
okay. Do you need a drier one too?
These are a little bit.
Oh,
dry.
perfect. You like our setup? with our-
Yes, it's very nice. It's exciting.
Yes, I'm so happy. Perfect. Okay.
Just trying to get all that off.
No, you're okay.
Yep, take care.
Now, of course, we also have a really gentle eye makeup remover to glide the eye makeup right off without tugging the phone. Good. Okay, just set that aside.
Yeah. Pat myself.
Okay, you're
I'm a little
fine.
wet.
You're fine. Okay, so your next step is your day solution. So go ahead and scoop that up. And I'm just going to have you do this on one side so you can really feel the difference. So go ahead and smooth
like
that
all
around.
over one side.
This first and foremost is going to protect your skin. It has SPF 35, so it's going to be your daily protection. You always want to have sunscreen on your face. We would be amazed at the incidental sun exposure and how that can damage
Especially
our
where there's so
skin.
little,
Mhm.
just so few trees, you know,
Mhm.
to
And then that is
provide
also
any shade.
going to boost the firmness and the smoothness of your skin. There's an age-fighting complex in that as well, where you'll actually see a difference in the tone and texture of your skin. So just that extra little step makes a big difference. Good. Does it feel okay in your skin? Good, good, good. Perfect. Okay, then your next step is your night solution. I'm just going to have you do this one on the back of your hand, because this is the one at night you would do after you clean your face. And you can see the little beads. Those are collagen enhancing peptides that they burst, and they burst when you goes through the pump, and it gives you the freshest possible ingredients to firm and smooth the skin. Yeah, it feels amazing. So at night,
It's like silk.
mhm, so in the daytime, you would cleanse and then use your day solution. And at night, you would cleanse and use your night solution. And then both day and night, you finish up with your age-fighting moisturizer. That's right there. Now I'm going to have you put that all over. And again, I'm going to explain why I did half face in just a minute on the step that I did. Now, I did go ahead and give you the formula for normal to dry skin for both your cleanser and your moisturizer. There is a formula for combo to oily skin. So in the summer, you know, if you feel like you're getting a little oilier, we can always adjust it if we need to. Sometimes people need
Just
to.
noticing how dry my hands were when I put that on. I was like, wow,
Yeah.
maybe I am dry.
So the reason I did the half face on the day solution is most people are going to wash their face with something, and they're going to use some kind of moisturizer. And I want you to feel on that one side when you add that extra supplement, what a big difference that makes. You know, again, couple minutes in the morning, couple minutes at night, your skin is going to look smoother, feel healthier, and look firmer as well. Your makeup's going to go on real smooth.
It already feels better
Isn't
just
it?
having it.
Good,
I'll tell you
good.
what.
There's 11 different age-fighting benefits just in those few steps that you did. Good.
Like as a mom and wife, we just we take care of everyone else,
Yeah.
and we take so little time to do these things
Yes.
for ourselves.
That's right.
When
That's
she
right.
said facial the other day, I was like,
Yes, yes,
Yes.
good, good. Awesome, awesome. Okay, so I'm going to take a quick minute, and if you would, brainstorm with us before we go on. You know, the heart of Dawn's business is going to run on referrals, and I know you're really, really new to this area, but she is going to get her website set up. So,
It is.
oh, but
cool.
she's on
You
it.
go,
She's
girl.
on it. But you know, so even if there are friends or family out of town that she could reach out to and say, hey, I'd love to be of service to you. I always have free shipping on my website. I got together with Jessie, and she absolutely loved the pampering, and I'd love to take care of you. So, you know, just as we go along, if you think of somebody that she could, yeah,
Yeah,
that's
That was
perfect.
just two of
And
them.
I wrote down everything that we're using, so if you like something.
Okay. Now on one side, I'm going to have you do some foundation primer. And I'm in love with this. And even though you're just doing mineral powder foundation, you're not doing a liquid. What this is, it's a clear gel that it fills in the pores, fills in the lines, and then your foundation goes over a totally smooth surface. I put this over my eyelids, my lips, under my jawline, and this does have SPF 15, so this also has a little bit of sun protection in it. So I'm going to be mean. I only want you to do it on one side, so you can
Same
really
side as the
same
other one?
side. But you'll see it's a silky, clear layer, and then your foundation looks smoother and it lasts longer. Love foundation primer. And again, it's a mean little trick to only let you do one side, but that's how they
It
really
was the one
see.
thing I hated about doing Mary Kay things. I'm like, you only to do one side.
Yes,
of my face.
yes. Trust me, we'll leave you. We'll do makeup on the whole thing. You'll look finished.
But it is nice to be able to see the difference.
Mhm.
I feel you. And I think it makes a world of difference to really know that, wow, what a
Mhm.
difference that has made. You know?
So what have you done in the past work-wise?
I have just about everything. Really, more recently, I was a child care worker. I ran two child cares for
Okay.
15 years, and in
Wow.
between, cleaned houses for people. So
Wow.
I had started cleaning houses for cleaning my boss's house, and then once everyone finds out you clean houses, it was on. I had so many houses I had to turn people down.
Yeah.
So in the past year and a half, I have not worked. This is the first time in my whole life, other than short periods of after giving birth, that
Yeah.
maternity leave, that I have not worked.
Wow.
Since I was 10, I have worked. So it's definitely been an experience.
Big adjustment.
So
Big
ready to
adjustment.
get back into it a little.
Yeah. Well, little commercial. We, were you there on Sunday?
No, I was not.
Okay. So, nothing wrong with that. But I'm just saying
I know.
because our church is right there by y'all's house. They're starting a Thursday morning Bible study in a couple weeks. Yeah. Priscilla Shire, The Armor of God.
I can do that.
So,
That movie War.
yeah.
I've not seen it yet.
It's so good.
Yeah. You haven't seen War Room yet?
No.
Yeah.
We don't.
I have
there's
the
really-
DVD. I'll
Oh,
pass it
really?
around.
Yes. Would you?
Yeah.
Because I haven't.
Yeah. You
I'll
guys
have
got
to
to
have
see
one
it.
of the kids help me put it on the Xbox thing, because that's the only way.
Oh, right.
I'm computer
Netflix.
Me too.
Yeah.
dumb.
Don't feel
No,
bad.
they have in the front room. They have a game station or Xbox,
Mm.
and it plays the DVD.
Oh, you can play the
Yeah.
DVD. Yeah.
I
Have
don't
you
know.
seen it?
Yes.
Oh gosh.
I would love to.
You
see it.
guys.
See it
Yeah.
more than once. It's so good.
Yeah. So I'm just saying Thursday mornings.
We could do that
What
because
time is it?
I've been harassing Kathy.
I want to say 10.
when we're gonna
Somebody
do
text
another.
me. I'll grab. I don't
I
have it,
will.
but I'm kind of thinking that I'm gonna go to that.
Okay.
Where's that again?
First
First Baptist.
Baptist,
Was
Gulf
it?
Shores, the big
Gulf
white
Shores?
church when you go over the bridge. Could you do that? Could you work out your schedule to go?
If I'm off on Thursdays, I would love to come.
Oh.
Like I'm PRN on Thursday, so like if they need me, I'm there. If they don't, so that'd be awesome.
Yes, and I can get the car.
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
No, I can, and my husband works during the day, and I can get the car during the day. That's why I was so interested in a Bible study during the day,
Yeah.
because that's when
Yeah.
I can get access to
Yes.
it.
Yeah, I know it
No.
starts at the end of this
Makes it a lot
month. So
easier.
somebody
I
text
will
me
text
and I will. I can't remember because I'm going out of town tomorrow, so my brain is like, blah, but we can fill up those days for you, honey. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to do your mineral powder. First, I'm going to have you do just a tiny little bit of your concealer.
I have a little brush. I put it in her gift bag if you want her to get that out.
Sure.
Yeah, there's a little brush with the translucent powder in there.
Oh, fun. Yes. Oh, I loved those. I wish we could
Yes.
get those all the time. All right. So what I'm going to have you do, Jesse, is don't use the little brush on this. Just use your fingertip for that concealer. Now in the summer, I'm going to probably we would put you in. Yep. But it's real concentrated. So barely take it a little and just pat it right in the shadow, right in there. In the summer, that's beige 1. I bet in the spring,
she'd
really,
be a
she
beige
beige 2.
two.
It's real concentrated. And just for the girls that watch, yeah, and feel if you've got a little excess you need to wipe on the thing, you can. The concealers run light and the mineral powders run dark. I mean, I'm just pitching that out there for you guys. Yeah.
Concealers on the
Yeah. So like she's got a beige 1 concealer right this second, and I gave her beige 1 mineral powder. But that beige 1 mineral powder is really like a dark beige, and this beige 1 concealer is pretty light. She is probably 1 day's worth of sitting in the sun away from being a beige 2, basically.
It takes no time. I think.
Mhm.
They're really good.
Good. You did real good. Now here's what I want you to do. I want you to kind of blend up on the excess a little bit. There you go. Perfect. Perfect. Good. Good.
She's doing the concealer right now.
Yep, I gave her a little bit of concealer. A lot of times with the mineral powder, I still like to give them a little bit of concealer. And you know what? Take a tiny little bit and just kind of come over both eyelid with it. Yep, perfect. There you go. There you go. Because that mineral powder is so sheer that, you know, if anybody's got a little shadowiness underneath the eyes or anything.
So bad.
Yeah.
It's been a problem almost my whole life.
It's
They're
just
having
that
that.
dark olive skin tone is just part of it. Yeah. Okay, so now you get to use your special little brush that John gave you. But here's the thing with the mineral powder foundations, you guys. Don't take a bunch of it and then go like this, Jesse, or you're gonna have like a muddy spot.
Okay.
You want to barely because this isn't like traditional. Here, you want me to get it? This isn't like traditional matte powder. There's a creaminess and a denseness to it, and that's what
Okay.
gives it such nice coverage. So barely dredge. If they were going to do a cotton ball, you do a cotton ball, or you're going to do your brush, just barely take it and then lightly dust all over. Do one light layer all. Yeah, just that's all right. You can
You
kind of.
can, if you want, you can also take and tab it and rub a little bit on your palm because it'll rub it around the brush.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's perfect. There you go, Don. Because at home you would have the lid, and you can
And
kind of.
that's what I do. You
Perfect.
Okay.
So now be real light with it and just lightly dust
can
all
take
over.
that off if it's easier.
There, you're perfect. That's perfect. That's right. And then do eyelids, do your nose, come down under your jawline. And then the neat thing about the mineral powder is it's layerable, meaning you can come back and do one, do another
You were
layer.
kidding.
It's all right. You
I
can
did
blend
do
it.
that.
You can blend it. But see, for right this second, that beige one is good for her. Again, she probably a week in the sun and she'd need a beige two in that. But for right now, it's good.
So on the mineral powder, you said it runs dark. So that means that you would need to get like a lighter color than usual, like a lighter color than you would
Mhm,
foundation wise, like liquid. Okay.
Like an ivory 2 in the mineral powder foundation is really like a light beige.
And then, okay, gotcha.
I think it's a little dark right there, didn't it?
Hope you guys don't mind your.
Okay.
Oh, see how pretty that. Turn around, let them look at you.
Oh, it is really pretty.
It's just-
it's so beautiful, flawless.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's great.
I think it does. It feels nice. It's so light.
hmm
I love that.
So the nice thing about that is, even though there's no sunscreen in the actual powder, you've got your sun protection in the primer and the day solution.
Yeah.
So you're good there. Yeah, see, that's great. Someone with skin like her, a little bit of concealer under the eyes, some powder, and she's good. I know, it makes me sick. I have like shellac on my
Well,
face.
I do too because of that rosacea, and it's got like a little dime size on this side and like quarter to $half on this side. And so I'm like, I put a little foundation and let it sit with the little concealers and let it sit and then do outward.
Well, you do a great
Time wise
job. Like
helps.
you
Oh,
never
okay.
know.
Yeah,
it's
I
beautiful.
mean, I
You've seen me without makeup,
know,
but
sometimes they're-
I have rosacea. Do you know what that is? And
So
it's
do you suggest concealer for everybody?
No, but there are some people who we hate. No, I'm just kidding. That, I mean, you look at them and they
They don't.
just legitimately do not need it. I mean, not that we hate, but I mean, well, Megan could probably use a tiny bit. My daughter is 14, and since she was 12, I was giving her a little dot of concealer to lighten up that under eye area. But there's some people that just don't need it,
Okay.
So, or I mean, it's great for like if you have a pimple or some kind of discoloration of any kind.
And I learned
I've never
with
been
having the
searched.
rosacea, when I do the microdermabrasion, I don't do it on that. I don't do it right here. I do it all around my face except right there because it will make it, it makes it worse.
Yeah.
Good.
So just so you know, and if you have any clients that have that, they can still use microdermabrasion. They just don't want to rub it across because it's, yeah.
Okay, so Miss Jessie, now we're going to do Honey Spice eyeshadow. We're just going to keep it real easy, dash out the door look today. And so we're going to do this Honey Spice all over your whole lid. And I love this color again on someone with a skin tone like hers because it's really glowy. It has a little bit of glow
Over
to
the-
it,
all the way to the
Mhm.
eyebrow.
but it's not shimmery or glittery. And it doesn't look too stark or too white on somebody that's real tan like her.
It's a great natural color.
Isn't it? And really, like Jessie,
I don't even know if I'm putting
no,
this
you're
on
doing
right, 'cause
fine.
I-
And if you need to lift the mirror up like that, you can.
That, and if you need a
Sometimes.
magnifying mirror, I have one.
I think this one's
But
Okay.
see, like just that alone, like if you wanted to give yourself a little something what you weren't
Yeah,
gonna
it's not
fool with,
bright stuff.
yeah, you weren't gonna fool with a bunch. You could just do
Well,
that.
thank you.
See my crepe eyes.
Oh, I'm with you, sister.
Oh, please, I gotta put glasses on to hide mine today.
But you know what? I loved when we went to the Lori Hogg or workshop that makeup artist. When was that? A couple of months ago.
Yeah.
And you know, she works with, you know, she's just worked with CNN anchors and Cameron Diaz and Jennifer Lopez and you
I
know,
missed something, didn't I?
yeah, I think this is before you joined.
That was before I got here, yeah.
But anyways, at the very end, like the last 30 minutes of the workshop, she did this whole thing about Photoshop and how what the images we see in magazines just are not even real. And she's like, and she showed like these just fake pictures compared to
Put them all
a
in.
real woman, you know, and she was like, embrace all the little different things. And, you know, and the older you get, that means you've lived life and you've survived a lot. And, you know, it was very, very cool for someone who's kind of been in that whole Hollywood thing to hear her perspective. And it's perfect. And she was real adamant that we go home and share that with our daughters, you know.
Yes.
Okay. So we're going to mix a little bit of Driftwood and Chocolate Kiss together because I love Chocolate Kiss. I can't get away from it. But for us more mature ladies, we maybe should mix it with a little something matte to just kind of soften that shimmer a little bit. So, but Driftwood just by itself is just not enough, right? So I don't know. I'm coming up with my own color here. So just kind of mix your sponge tip on both of these together. Of course, brushes are always the ideal way to swoop and get that. But you can play with it. You did perfect with that sponge tip. Get a little color on there, and you're just going to catch it just right in that crease, just right in there. Exactly. And I really think, you guys, the key to color, what I say to my clients is start with a little bit and then add to it as needed. You know, I think the mistake we make as women is we're in a hurry, so we put a whole bunch on and then we spend the next 5 minutes wiping half of it off. Where if we just started with a little bit and built on it, we'd have a little bit more control. Yeah, just give it a tug. Here you go.
Just the crease.
That's perfect. That's exactly right. Right in there. Perfect. That is exactly. And see how I coached her to reach up and feel that crease? Look at that. That's beautiful. I'll have her turn around so you can
The brown eye.
turn around while you're doing it so they can see what you're doing. Isn't that pretty?
I love your eye comment. Every time I see you, Kat, I'm like,
I
she has
know.
the best
We were
eyes.
just talking about
Really?
Yeah, I was thinking the same.
were
thing. It really was like, wow.
You have to show us your other trick.
My problem is I don't really know what I'm doing.
My
with
trick
it.
is
I
where
do it
6
so
different
little.
things. I don't know. I
When
don't know
was
if
a
I'm a good.
teenager, I was a model, and you know they taught us how to put on
I
tons
don't know if
of
Yeah.
makeup, and it was like
We wanna know
pancake
how you
makeup
do
for
the
photography and stuff. And
all the way around.
I don't know how to
Right.
do any of that anymore. So
real close. Pardon? Real close to my lashes.
Smudge.
I love it on you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It
Well,
makes your eyes just pop.
thank you. Well, I will tell you again, so I'll give you a quick little rundown. But the Lori Hogg workshop, I used to do this and I got away from it. I'd put on my eyeliner and put espresso, that dark brown. I'd run the espresso with a little thin brush over the top of it. Well, I got away from that and I was doing kohl thinking it would make it blacker, but the kohl was actually making it blue and cold, where the dark brown was actually keeping it more of a true
Warm.
black and warming it up a little bit. And so what I do, I was trying really hard to do a matte base and I just couldn't do it, but I do crystalline all over, like tons, just like crystalline till for the ever. And then I do that with the big brush in our brush set, and then I take Driftwood and Chocolate Kiss with the crease brush and just pat it in that crease. I just mix them together, do it in the crease. Then I come back with espresso. Then I put my eyeliner on. Then I come back with espresso and a thin brush and go over the black with that espresso. Then I take espresso and do my eyebrows with the thin brush. Then I take more espresso and kind of richen this up a little bit. And if I'm trying to be whatever jazzy, I'll come back with a little bit of kohl in here just to richen that up too. I know I'm going to do another video. I'm going to do a video like with bare face and do the whole thing. But I think the key is running that espresso over that black eyeliner.
That's what I did
thought about
today, and I did my brows just a little bit just because they need to be done so bad, and I was trying to camouflage the bad.
It makes a difference when you do. I mean, I didn't get to do it today,
Mhm.
but I had noticed like when I do my eyebrows, it just makes it pop more.
Yeah.
It just goes together.
Mm-hmm. So espresso is your best friend.
Espresso.
Yeah. Okay. All right, but we're keeping you light. That is going to be a little too rich for you. Okay, so your eyeliner, I think we're just going to do a little bit on the top. I don't think we're going to do all the way around because, again, when someone says they hardly ever wear eyeliner, I don't want to do full eyeliner on you. I just think it's going to be too much. So the leads on our eyeliner are very, very creamy. So if you press too hard, you're going to have too harsh of a line. So just again, the key is start with a little and build, and just stay real close to your lashes. Start where your lashes start, end where they end, and then we might come out and just kick a little tail off the end here. But we're not going to do the underneath. And if you need to, just give that a tug.
I don't even know if I can do this.
You can do it. You can do it. We're not watching you. Well, we're videoing you. But
Nobody's gonna see.
You're doing perfect. You're doing just great. And you know what we'll do? I'm going to pull out a little espresso, and we'll run a little espresso over the top of that. But you're doing perfect. And that's the beauty of what we do, you guys, is she could go sit at a cosmetic counter and somebody could do a makeover on her, but then she wouldn't be able to go home and recreate it. But sitting here walking her through it, and she's actually doing it herself, she could go home and recreate this herself. You're perfect. You're doing great. I'm so happy. I wish I was there to see your man's reaction when you walked in the door.
I like this secret like video camera.
Yeah.
Yeah, could probably be like most men and not notice at all.
Oh, you better not.
Exactly. You better not.
Tell him how you walk through the door.
Yeah, exactly. You gotta smile and just making noise.
Well, we all have had to learn this.
Yeah. Exactly. Oh, you're doing just perfect. That's great. Nope, you're doing great.
It has been so long since I've done this.
And something that would be fun is for you to get just an inexpensive eyelash curler. Of course, we don't sell them,
I
but
haven't. Mary Kay one from back.
oh, they're awesome. Yeah.
That's
They're-
way back.
But just if you gently curl those lashes before you put your mascara on, that would give you a real pop too.
Yeah, I have like
Doing great.
very, very few lashes. I feel like.
No, I
the older I
haven't
get,
either.
like the less eyelashes I have.
Okay, so you did great. Do on this side, do just a little bit more right in here. Good, good, good. Yeah, perfect. Okay, now take just a little bit, take your sponge tip and use the point like this and put just a little bit of that and then come back over that eyeliner and just gently kind of smudge that a little bit.
This is the espresso we're talking about. Okay.
And it's such a great color because it's such a true matte. There's no shimmer to it. So when you need, yeah, perfect. No, you're okay. Blend it in. Just blend it in. Perfect. That's right. Good. We gotta remember to take our picture.
I don't remember my whole flavor.
I wanna
hear it.
Okay.
Great. Look at that. Yes, yes, yes.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Yes.
wow. Now I just learned a new trick myself.
That's perfect color.
You know, I would have never thought to put that eyeshadow over top of that. I really like that, but I really like the differences. At first, I was like, I don't know about the eyeliner, but yeah, that really,
Okay,
really made
so
all the difference in the world.
now we're gonna do mascara, top and bottom. Personally, my favorite is our Lash Love. That is hands down my fave.
Actually,
Okay. And if you need more, let me know. And I like to buy those Lash Love one. I think in your kit you got
Yes.
Ultimate. You know, use what you have because the Ultimate's just a great
Right.
classic mascara, but this Lash Love is just like your lashes just
And I've
really
had
come
more
alive.
people order the lash off myself.
Mm-hmm.
Both. I think I've True Blue on both. Ultimate and
You use both. I've, you know, they talked about that at the workshop too. I just, as high maintenance as I can, I thought, oh my gosh, just don't know if I can bring myself to 2 mascaras. Oh. Even for me, that might be pushing it too far. It's beautiful. And even take it at the root and kind of give it a jiggle and then come down to kind of thicken them up again a bit. There you go.
And I learned just recently, I'm like, I
Yeah,
should learn
that works.
this.
that works really well.
But if you look straight ahead when you're doing the mascara, it does better than if you're like trying to look
Really?
up. Yeah.
Mm.
And if you kind of imagine like when you're applying the mascara, kind of like like you're rolling,
Elongating the-
like you're
I get what
like
you're
you're
saying.
rolling it out. Also helps.
I like it.
I have one eye.
Do
that
the
has
top.
beautiful
Oh,
lashes and
can
one
you
that
do?
doesn't
Do you need
hardly
to quit fooling with it, or can you do a little bit more on the top? I don't want to irritate your eyes. You're probably it's been a while since you've. It's pretty.
He'll notice.
Yeah, I think you will. 'Cause like I said, he
Let's put
might.
it right on
I
the
think
track.
he did see me one time with makeup, and my daughter, you know, sometimes she presses me, and she's like, Kayla, my oldest one. She's like, let me do your makeup, Mom. I'm like, no.
Oh, your
And she's
skin
like,
is so
"Yes." And
pretty.
I'm like, okay. I become her guinea pig, and she does my makeup.
Does she live here locally?
No, she actually goes to college at Appalachian State University
Oh.
in North Carolina. so.
Great. What's her major?
Communications marketing. So,
Oh, I know you're so proud.
oh, very, very. She made the dean's list. This is her first year in college, and on her first semester, she made the dean's list. I'm
Oh,
so
awesome.
That's wonderful.
overexcited.
That's awesome.
Totally.
Okay, my bronzer's looking a little. What do they say? Rode hard and put up wet. But that's all right.
The brush. Should I use the brush?
Well, I don't want to get your brush all full of bronzer. So
Okay.
I'm going to give you this. And what I want you to do is go dot, dot like that, and then come back and just kind of, we're just going to use the bronzer instead of a contour. We're just going to use it as kind of a sun-kissed. So don't come,
Right on the cheek.
yeah, don't go right on the cheekbone, but just a hair below, dot,
Like
and
here?
then, yep, perfect.
Yeah.
And then on the other side, great. And then go back and just kind of,
With my hands?
no,
No.
with the cotton ball. There you go. So you can still get a little bit more color.
Oh, yeah.
Perfect. And do a little bit of, perfect. There you go. You got it. I'm in love with our bronzer.
I put bronzing powder on all over my face and down my neck one time last summer. Walked in to a room with some other girls at the lake where we're at in summer. And she says, man, you really got sunburn out in the lake. I said, no, it's just makeup.
Good. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Okay. Lip color wise? What do you usually go
I
for?
usually do red or brown, which I know is
Okay.
crazy because I'm such a natural color person.
Right.
But when I do lipstick, it's usually red or
Do you
brown.
And do you want a tinted gloss or do you want actual lipstick?
I'm not sure. There is my favorite lipstick though. It's the only kind I have at the house.
Is there a
That's the
certain
only
color that you?
think of the name of it. It's so rare that I use it, but I'm sure. It's
Was it
probably too
downtown
old.
brown? Downtown
It-
brown?
you know,
Gingerbread?
That
Downtown
does sound
brown?
familiar. The downtown brown. It's a very dark brown.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's try. And we do have that, but I'd love for you to try the True Dimensions.
I really like this. It's the 1st
Mhm.
lipstick that like just almost feels like a moisturizer. Like it
Sounds nice.
doesn't
My
dry.
lips do tend to
Yeah.
So
There's
But it
some,
stays on.
yeah, and the formula. What I find is when I wear it, oh, I thought those were my readers, but it's fine. I'll be strong.
If you do what my husband does, he just has me hold it out for him so he can read it.
What I have found. Oh, I was almost there. Is that towards the end of the day after I've had this lipstick on all day, like my lips feel really soft.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have you try this color called Chocolate. So I'm gonna go like this and just kind of spread it around. I know it's a little awkward with the little thingy, but and let me know if you need more. But I purposely gave her the plastic in instead of the sponge because the sponge will soak up a bunch of that product. Oh yeah, I like that.
I love how it goes on.
Isn't it
Oh
smooth?
my gosh.
Put a little one of those little samples in there of one of the came in a pack of 5, I think, the little stick for
Oh, the
with purchase, but I broke it up as sample.
the lip glosses. Yes, I love those. I wish we could get those all the time. Do you like that color?
I do.
Yeah, that's pretty.
Yeah, it's so hard to put on this thing.
Do you have a dry cloth that she can blot with?
Would you call it color?
Chocolate in the True Dimensions. I pretty much demo. I mean, I will go to the cream lipsticks if I can't find the right shade, but I pretty much demo either the True Dimensions or the sheer True Dimensions or tinted gloss. I do a lot of tinted gloss too.
Get it spread out. Got a little below me.
Yeah, was hard to apply. You did perfect. Beautiful. Is that a comfortable color for you?
Yeah.
Okay,
I love
now, so here's what I want you to do.
Love how silky that
Yeah,
feels.
doesn't it
I mean,
feel
it's almost
amazing?
like lip gloss
Mhm.
rather than lipstick.
Yeah, yeah.
It's the kind I have at home. It's Mary Kay too, but it's very,
It's
thick.
drier.
Yeah,
Yeah,
drier.
it's
It
it's
has a glow to it. I'm
It
from
does,
sitting here when
yeah.
I'm looking
Yeah.
at you, I can side glow.
yeah.
It totally
Yeah.
feels. It's like lip gloss, but
Yeah.
but with the color of lipstick.
Yeah, and a little bit more like substance.
substance. Than
Yeah,
lip gloss. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
I
go
love
ahead
it.
and fluff your hair up. Take your headband out.
Mhm.
And here's what I want you to do. Hold your mirror at arm's length because that's where people see you. If they're any closer than that to you, they really
They better be your husband, right? They're getting closer to that.
Good. Is there anything you want to do different? Anything you would
No.
change?
I feel like I went down 10 years.
Yay!
Yay!
Good, good. Let that turn around so that they can see you.
Compared to the
Wow.
yeah,
So pretty.
So what was your favorite? What did you love the most?
Honestly, I think I love the lipstick.
Good.
I really am. a fan of
Good.
lipstick.
Good, good, good. Well, here's what I'm gonna do. This appointment is
Oh, what lipstick? I'll write it down.
chocolate. This
I
is
like it all, but I love
but the lips awesome. Good,
Man.
we rocked it. Yay.
Totally.
This appointment's totally complimentary, but in case we tempted you, I do want to show you some suggested sets that we do offer, and then this is also training for these guys, and then we will let you guys consult privately. We won't have you consult on video, but do you have any questions at all that you can think of?
I can think
No.
of.
You look so good. You guys give her
I'm
a
so
hand.
surprised really that it turned out like this. I'm like, because like I said, it's been like forever since I put makeup on. So, I'm surprised I can even do it.
Well,
You
and
did good.
yep, and that's the key, you
I
guys.
keep
is
looking
to-
in the mirror like, is that me? What?
is to really listen to them, you know what I mean? And she would have been, it would have been too much to do to try to force you into more color or a darker.
It does tend to push me away from makeup
Mhm.
when people want to add color to me because I'm not a makeup person. So when you
Mhm.
add it, I just feel like it's so much and I'm just so bright and I'm like,
Mhm.
oh my God, I look so 80s. You know?
Mhm.
But I like the very natural look to this. I love it.
Good, good. Well, and someone with your coloring and your bone structure, you just don't need all of that. You have, well, you have dark, rich eyes, you have darker skin tone, you have real defined cheekbones. You know, you just, yeah, you've got the darker hair. You know, I take my makeup off and my face disappears. It's like a white rat, you know. I'm just like,
Before when I walked in, I thought, oh
you
my
know what
gosh,
I'm
everyone's
saying?
done up and they look so good. And here I am with no makeup.
No,
I'm like, oh my
you're
God.
perfect. You're perfect. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna show you guys how to do the set sheet, and then I'm gonna let you guys. So this is for the sake of our trainees. This is what we're using, the set sheet. So you want to have your best possible best scenario. Well, you can leave that right this second, sweetie. Is to have a roll-up bag that you're working out of. As you've noticed, some of this was demo, and some of it is display. So but if you don't, you can still make a couple copies of these, and you can be working from one and have one or two that your clients can look at when you're sharing with them about the set. So our first set is the Diva collection. It includes everything that you did plus a few extras. So I'm going to walk you through that. In your top pocket is the skincare that you did, the 3-in-1 cleanser, the age-fighting moisturizer, the day and night solution, and the foundation of your choice. So here I have a liquid, but somebody could do a powder or a CC cream also. In your second pocket is the filled refillable custom compact that has 3 eyeshadows, a blush, your lipstick, your applicators. And the neat thing about this is it's refillable. So as you run out of the colors, you just pop them, the magnet in and out right there. So also your eyeliner and your mascara and your foundation primer all come in that second pocket. This pocket is your finishing products, your eye makeup remover, mineral powder brush, and concealer. And then this is your microdermabrasion, the scrub and the pore refining serum. Your Diva set retails for $379. Our special is $299, and you get the travel roll-up bag for free with that set. Now, if you're not ready to be a diva, you can still be a queen. The queen set's the top 2 pockets. So again, that's everything in your skincare: cleanser, moisturizer, day solution, night solution, foundation of your choice, and really everything to do that basic color that you did. Foundation, primer, mascara, eyeliner, and then your color products, including your lip color. Your queen set retails for $236. Our special is $199. And then our princess set is everything to really start taking great care of your skin, pamper your skin like a princess. That's all of your miracle set plus foundation of your choice. That retails for $117. Our special is $99. So we have $299 and the whole bag, including the bag. $199 for the top 2 pockets. $99 for the top pocket. And then Dawn can also help you with single prices of single products, and she can make note of, you know, wish list items for later as well. Okay, so did you love it?
I love
Awesome,
it.
awesome,
I'm so
awesome.
glad I came.
Awesome. Okay, so give Jessie one more hand, and you guys go just consult and write down
It's all right.
wish list.
Just go in there.
Yep, you just go right in there, and then I'm gonna see if you guys have
I'll
any
take
questions or anything that you wanna.
Use anything soon.
No, we're
That's
good.
fine.
Yeah, we'll take care of that. We'll take care of that. Don't worry about it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You're fine.
I got boots on, so you can.
So do y'all have any questions? Did
No,
this?
I've learned so much in the last 2 weeks.
It did help. It did help. Okay.
And I actually went home last week and redid my whole bag and took one of my bags and made a unit out of it, which I had not done before.
Good.
And I had one of the big compacts, plus I have 2 of the small ones. So I used the 2 small ones that I normally use for my bag itself that's in the bathroom. And I took that one, completely cleaned it up, put new product, brand new into it
Perfect.
to put it into a display unit for, because after you showed me this program last week, I was sold.
It makes
I mean,
sense.
and
Yeah,
it makes
I wouldn't
sense
get
to
it back.
have it
Good.
to do it. I hadn't done it before.
Yeah.
I was just working out of wherever, and I
Right.
like this program.
Yeah.
It's so much. It's just better.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's so much
It's
better.
more inviting and it just explains itself. I guess.
So if we were to like, I know our kit has certain things in it, but if we were to get the things like that go in the bag, what would be our retail cost for that? Like if we were to get the bag, so for demonstration
Right.
purposes. or
We
whatever.
always pay half price.
Okay.
So whatever the price is in the book, we pay half.
Okay. So would that be something you would recommend? Like, so I mean, I know you have certain things in, your demonstration. Would you recommend getting a bag and then does the compact come in the demonstration? I looked at it, but I didn't even
No,
see it.
you're okay. And we explain that's a great question, and I see what you're getting at. Some of this is demo, and some of it this is display. Meaning, like you already have a miracle
Right.
set you could put in the top. You already have a foundation you could put in the top, so your top is filled.
Mhm.
So then you already have a mascara you could put in
Right.
the top. This is all display, meaning if someone wanted to buy this compact with these colors, I could take this apart and actually sell this.
Yeah.
This is what I demo. I demoed this. This is display. This is demo. So see some of this, and like you've already got an eye makeup remover. This is a mineral powder that I demo out of, and a brush, mineral powder brush, and a concealer, all demo. And then the microdermabrasion. So it's something where you don't need to feel like you have to fill up a whole bag like this all at once. But every time you do place a product order, you could say, okay, what do I need to complete my bag, either for display or demo? Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. And like the bag itself, like how is that like something that we can order? or
Yeah,
how does that
mhm.
work?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
The plain black one is like, are you
35.
waving the flower around?
35.
It retails for $35, so our price is half of that. Right now, there's a limited edition one that is our cost is $10, and it's the one with the font that says love in a bunch of different languages all over it. It is, yeah.
Yeah.
So, but to get that one, you have to buy a
Oh,
skincare
A
set.
skincare set.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Time Wise skincare.
Yep,
set?
a
Okay.
miracle set, or even a microdermabrasion set. But so for an extra $10, you can build on that bag. But what we talked about last week too is the thing about this is, I've been at this 21 years. I've seen all kind of different ways to close. I've tried different ways to close. But there's a marketing term called choice fatigue. And when you go through a presentation like this, if you were just to give somebody a book, there's so many choices. This is not about trying to convince somebody to buy a set. It's about helping them be in a mindset of being able to make a decision about what they need.
Organizes their thoughts a little bit.
Exactly. Exactly. Mhm.
And like what you said, I think like kind of it's better to start up like the highest and then go down because that way it just kind of helps them organize too and not like it's just easier.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
that
I mean,
better.
again, I'm not going into it trying to sell a $300 set. I mean, people go to Lancome and Clinique Counter every day and spend more than that. To them, they go, $300, I get all that? Give it to me, But sometimes people look at this and go, I'm sorry, I'm just going to get the princess set. Hey, if I sell 3, 4, 5 princess sets, yay, I'm happy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because it's probably a product I would think because I'm just starting out, so I'm just learning everything. But people will come back. Once they get it and they get it on their skin, they're gonna come back.
Especially the skincare.
Oh yes, that is the best.
Yeah.
Best skincare. And I was skeptical at first. I really was. I was one of those really critical people because I tried Bare Minerals and all other, and I'm like, no. But then once I just saw the results.
So your skin always looks amazing. That was another, selling point because their skin is amazing.
The microdermabrasion, do you ever do a microdermabrasion demo as part of your?
I do, but here's the thing. The temptation is to want to give them everything, and then they'll have no reason to get back with you a second time. So if you'll notice, I mentioned at your follow-up appointment, you can do a microdermabrasion treatment with Dawn. And so that would be Dawn's way of saying, and well, several different reasons, so that they have a reason to get back with you. So you keep color really simple. But also, I have someone sitting here who's a minimalist. If I blew her mind with this plus 2 more steps, she'd shut down.
Okay.
So you have to listen to your client's needs. If she says, I'm a high maintenance mamma jamma, give me everything you got because I want it all, then yeah, you would take the time to go through it all. But if you had a table of 6, 7 women and you were trying to do skincare plus microdermabrasion plus full color, you'll be there till midnight.
Right.
And then that will hurt your booking because they'll think, I don't have 7 more hours to sit here with this person. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So you kind of have to pick your battles, decide what you're going to focus on. Your main focus when you're first getting with people is to get them on one of our core skincare lines. Now, something you could do, especially if you're doing a group party, you could maybe have the hostess, while you were doing the individual consultations, coach your hostess on doing the microdermabrasion on the back of their hand. We have a consultant who's in our unit in New York, and she worked at a hospital when she used to live in Mobile. She sold 30 microdermabrasion sets, 30 $50 sets. It was $50 at the time. It's $55 now. And so I had her come and do a training. I said, oh, come tell us how you sold these sets. And she wasn't allowed to really promote her Mary Kay in her work area. So she said, all right. So I took a set and I said, hey, come in the bathroom with me for a second. And I scrubbed the scrub around on the back of their hand and I rinsed off. And then I put the serum on. I said, doesn't that feel like a baby's butt? It's $50. And that's how she sold. Everybody had their notebooks out like,
Wow.
that's how she sold it.
That's awesome.
But I mean,
So that's a way to show it.
yes,
Because just having it in the bag, they don't get any use out of
Right.
it. They don't understand it.
right,
But doing that, that's a
Right.
good idea.
right. And if you can learn to tell people just a little bit of product knowledge, because everybody understands, microdermabrasion, that's a good thing. But the crystals are this aluminum oxide crystals, the same grade as if they were to go to a spa and get a microderm treatment. And this is $55, and you get 25 applications. So
And
where
the spa's $200.
right, exactly. So. So any other questions or thoughts? Does this help a little bit, you guys?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, awesome.
Oh,
Yay!
when you set up your, how do you say, your second appointment, do you try and get that set up right away before they leave?
Yeah, like right now she's doing the closing. Ideally, when we asked for referral names, she would have given referral names. Now, Jessie just moved here to the area like a month ago. But ideally, if she wrote down referral names, then you could say, okay, I'd love to get together with that follow-up appointment to make sure the products you use and you get that you're happy with them. You can share that appointment and get some freebies that way. And that's all in the script that I'm going to email back out to you guys. So it's really a booking tool as well. It's twofold. It's to make sure that your customer is happy, and that you're checking back in. But it's also to give them an opportunity to get back, try some other things, and invite some girls and get some freebies.
Now, I see you have a kit that has all these little different eyeshadows and different stuff in them. Are those in
Section 2.
Section 2?
They are.
Okay.
But I have all of them just because there's so many different things that I do with them. I would not suggest a new consultant, or really any consultant, going and getting one of everything. Don't
Okay.
ever catalog order. You want to learn to order by supply and demand.
Okay.
Catalog order means you go through and you feel like you have to order one of everything.
Mhm.
The more strategic thing to do is you can ask my opinion or ask some opinions of the best selling colors
Mhm.
for your target market
Mhm.
and start collecting those colors.
Mhm.
And don't ever over order. Your section 2, which is samples and sales aids and demos, should never be more than 10% of your section 1 wholesale order. So like, let's say you're ordering 200 wholesale in products to sell and make a profit on, you should not spend more than $20 on samples. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
Because it would be easy to go in there and think, oh, you know, I'm going to do a bunch of parties and I want to be all stocked up for the next 6 months. But colors change, styles, different things change. And some of those colors from the very beginning, I'm like, that's going to phase out. I don't love that. And sure enough, it phased out. And you don't want samples of something. So it's best to listen to the rhythms and the patterns of what people are asking for, and then ask my opinion, ask Duan's opinion of what are the hot sellers. To me, it's better to have 3 or 4 looks that you know are good combinations that you can, you know, like that honey spice on Jessie. I knew that was going to be a good color on her. Than to feel like you have to have one of everything.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Mhm. The other question being, do you have to use samples? What I'm thinking about is you had a little plastic bag. And you had different things in little different look bags. Could you not just order one color or whatever colors you needed in the regular
Sure, you
unit
can.
like fits
Sure.
there, put them in a plastic bag, and just because you're using
Sure.
the brush, you're not actually letting them touch them.
Sure.
You could do
You can
those.
load up their applicators. Sure.
Yeah.
There's actually on section 2 a display tray that is it's a flat tray with a plastic cover, and it has 6 squares, metal squares just like that you can fill with blushes, powders, and full-size bronzers and work from like that.
Okay.
And it's actually more economical to do it that way.
Okay.
And I love how you do it. You also the lipsticks
The full-size.
because you it lasts longer and you get more and people can really
See the tube and everything. So it's a little, you know, I have a little bit of both because I like to throw samples into people's reorder bags. I like to kind of, you know, I don't give away the store, but I like to load up their reorder bags so that they always have a little happy and have a little surprise in their reorder bag.
Good idea.
So especially lip glosses and lipsticks
Okay.
and microdermabrasion packets, the little ketchup packets with microdermabrasion. Yeah. So I'm going to close. Is there anything else? I'm going to stop this. Thanks for joining us, you guys.
Bye.
Yay! Roll Tide.